See the same old crowd again. Wash my hands, shake my feet.
Junk was quite a different record to make. I mean, you can hear it on the recording. It's much more produced, and we wanted to. The idea to begin with was to make something a bit more less, like a bit more psychedelic and a little less heavy. So we sort of stripped the electric guitars back a little bit, and a lot of it was experimenting with using modern technology, computers, which the Kooks had never done before. We always would just get in a room and just play, and so I mean I kind of missed that a bit on the album, but it was cool to do something different. I think we all missed a bit of bit of that, but then we had a real good time like using loops and drum sounds and samples, which was like really fresh for us with the songwriting, and that I think we wrote songs in a different way. So for us it was just, yeah, as a band we felt like we had to do something different, wanted to, so that's how we changed.
She looked away as I mentioned my name. The street lights light up my shine.
Tony Hoffa had done the first two records, and I always keep in touch with him anyway, but when things went a little wrong with our recordings, I went to see him just to go through some tunes, bit of songwriting, just a bit of hanging out. And he's just a really inspirational guy, and he wasn't particularly pitching for the record, but he was just going, I've got this vision for where you should be going. And we started chatting, and we did a few recordings. We did like a version of Runaway and Junk of the Heart, and there was some new songs that I'd written, and he put like a drum loop to it, and we'd done the stuff, and I brought it to the guys, and Hugh and Pete and Paul, and they were like, this is what we should be doing. This is the next stage. So then we decided to go with him again, and it was brilliant. I think we going to LA to do it as well, which is like his neck of the woods where he's from. That was cool because we got him working in his environment. We'd done the other two in London, so yeah, it was all pretty cool experience, really. Yeah, we've pretty much been on the road since the record came out. As you are, it's been cool though. I mean, we haven't gone as crazy as we did on Conk, the second album. We did that on that album. We really we busted ourselves. We really there was no breaks at all. So on this one we tried to have a few days here and there. But it's good. It's good to be back in the US. I mean, we were really chuffed when Foster asked us back. Asked us to come on tour, 'cause we already did a US tour, so. It's nice to be able to come back and play more, play in New York again. I mean, we only played in New York like a few months ago, really. Yeah, March. We actually change the set list every now and then. We don't have like one set. We play it's probably like almost half is the new album. I mean, almost half the set is the new album, but or maybe it's like a third. I don't know. But it depends on the night, We play what we want to play. It'll be similar, but there'll be different songs chucked in, especially now on this tour, because we're playing for like 45 minutes, which we've not done for years. So we're quite excited about that, like 45 minutes. When we'll probably be changing the set every night. Yeah.
Rosie, when I feel your love and I want you to see me now.
We've gone out and played Junk of the Heart. We've not played it in front of an audience before. Which is quite a big difference. Like the first two albums, we've been gigging those songs, but because of YouTube, we decided not to. And so we were a little bit apprehensive, didn't know how it would go down. But there's not really a lull. It doesn't feel like one album is jumping out more than the other. I think we're always when we play like Naive or Ula, we're always gonna have a good vibe with the crowd with those songs because people have lived with them. But then at the moment, when we play Junk of the Heart, it's especially in the States, it's really one of our biggest songs of the night. And it really works live. I think it actually works live better because it's a really happy song. And so but when we play it live, it's got a bit more edge, and it's I think people just really get into the festival spirit of the song, I think a few times I thought it was over. Yeah, yeah. I mean, when Max fully left, that was, it was we were just so set that we were the band, and we were having him come back in and out because he was going through stuff, and we were allowing that. And then when it just got too much, I think it was like that was the hardest point, I think, really, because it was like the original member going. I think once that had happened, I think we started to just feel comfortable with that. But I think because it was the four of us from the beginning, we had all this success in England, and we had all this these great times, and it was like the nostalgia of that was quite hard to get over. But I think but then since then, I think we've just been cool with each other, and just like I say, because the vibe's been there, we just kind of.